Part 3, Chapter 5 of Oblomov. Ilya gets a letter from Olga asking him to go and meet her in the park, which he does. He was thinking about when he was going to go and see her again next, and feeling a bit kind of like he used to, you know, lying on the divan. But the letter comes and he goes, and it's a Tuesday, I think. They normally meet on a Wednesday, so they meet on the Tuesday. And he sees her with a veil over her face, so, you know, she's done that at least. She can't be recognised. And he's like, is that her on her own? She wouldn't surely have come on her own, would she? But she has. And he's rather put out by this. In fact, he gets quite paranoid about getting spotted. And he's super worried. She persuades him to go boating. So they must be going on the river. And he's like, what are you doing coming on your own? She says, well, I didn't. I came with a servant. You'll never guess how I did it. So she's come up with a whole scene about leaving a bracelet behind and going to the shops and stuff. And he's like, no, this is no good. This is no good at all. What if we're seen? What about propriety? And he's actually quite rude. Brusque, let's say, if not rude. And then she's like, well, why don't we tell my aunt? So remember, he'd suggested this earlier and she'd said, no, you've got all of these chores to do first. You've got to go to the courthouse. You've got to sort out your estate. We've got to rent an apartment. We can't tell my aunt till you've done all these things. And it was his fear or feeling of overwhelm that made him start to change his mind, for his ardour to turn into, I don't know, overwhelm, which led to lying or feeling like lying on the sofa. It's kind of going back to his old ways because of triggers, anxiety, you know. And that's still there. So now she's suggesting they tell her aunt, and he's like, no, let's not do that. We can't do that until I've done all these things. And she said, wasn't it you 2 weeks ago who were trying to rush me into it? She asked dryly. And he's like, yeah, well, that was then, this is now. So, yeah, it's a feeling of paranoia and anxiety. Propriety means so much to him, but why? That's the question. Why is he so bothered? Why is she not bothered when he is? And he mentions that it could damage his reputation. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was worried about her reputation being damaged, but it actually says his reputation in this chapter. So curious. I wonder what it is that's making him so fearful of other people's judgment. What do you think?